Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Big Funk, thinking right out here in the lab, early in the morning. Can't sleep. So I'm up here doing what I do in the lab, getting it in. I got a nice lesson for you today. Let's do Rightism, 25 we live by. Storytelling, start with a message, message in a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Happy New Year's. Yeah, this is the 2024 version of what I do for you. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is as it was. New year, same program. That's right thinking philosophy. All that making resolutions, I'm gonna do. Don't waste your time. Just do what you do. That's what I do for you. It don't change. Let's go. Right as a 25 we live by. Let's do this thing. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. I see the numbers are going up, so I must be doing a good job. Let's go. Right thing is way of life. And once you start practicing on a day-to-day basis, you'll understand through mental and spiritual discipline will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get you the information to do that. Your goal should be to do that by getting the information and implementing it. Getting it means nothing. If you're not going to use it, you really just wasting your time. I can tell you that before you get started. Let's go. If you're not motivated to do what you're learning, don't waste your time learning. So let's go. Know thyself is the mission for all you right thinkers. My goal, or yes, that's your goal, excuse me. My mission is that I give you knowledge and understanding to make that work for you. Your goal is to obtain it and make it work for you. Let's go. A person who knows not, oh, excuse me, I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't know, tune in. That's what I do for you. I can help you out. That's what I do. Know thyself is the goal for all right thinkers. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, and the right thinker, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, gonna be a good right thinker. They're simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm back in the definition. Y'all seen it like that, so I got some more to go. When I first started this, I didn't know how it was going to go. It seemed to be going pretty good, so let's do what we do. Remember, if you're doing something, or you try something, and you see it ain't working for you, stop. If it ain't working today, it ain't gonna work tomorrow. So do what works. If it worked yesterday, I try it again tomorrow. Now if tomorrow it don't work, now I have to go from there. But if it's working, you go with it. Right now, right thinking philosophy is working. Let's do this. We in the alphabet. I'm at the we got eyes right now. I just did a little bit about ignorance. I closed up on ignorance. I just saw the last show. So now I'm moving down to quick imagination. Just my imagination. That means whatever you're thinking, and we have the brain, left, right hemisphere. One is to imagine, one is to remember. Memory, imagination. So imagination plays a big role in how you think. So let's see what that definition is. Imagination is the state in which the thinking of the feeling and desire gives form to matter. Remember, God thought himself into existence. He imagined himself and it became a thought, and then he uttered himself into existence. That's how we are created in God's image. We can do the same thing. Watch this. I ain't gonna go there. You've heard the word incubus. It's spelled Incubus. Now I heard Anubis and minibus, incubus. Let's find out what an incubus is. You ready? If you're South Park watcher, you know what this is. Incubus is an invisible male form seeking to obsess or to have sexual relations with a woman, during sleep. That means this pervert will come to you in your sleep and have sex with you. That's the incubus. Don't stop there. There's some more. What's this? Now, incubi, INCUBI, are of two kinds. What? And they are what? Varieties of each kind? Oh, this is getting good. The most common is what? The sexual incubus. Why? The other is the incubus that tries to obsess the woman is in what is called a nightmare. I'm pretty sure. Which horrible dream may be largely due to the industration of some physiological disturbance. Maybe he has something bad to eat. That's what they say. But then it says here, now the kind of incubus will depend on the habits of thought and mode of action of the sleeper during her waking life. So he sits and plots and plans to wait for you to go to sleep so he can have his way with you. Ooh, sound like some people I know. Now, the form of an incubus, if it were visualized, what it look like, would vary from that of an angel or a god to a devil or a spider or a boar. What the what? I guess he ugly somebody, but that's why he invisible. But it's a spiritual thing. It's all mental. Okay, remember that. Excuse me. Now we got hit. Ooh, one of my favorites. Intelligence. Because you have intelligence, that means you can learn, comprehend, and you're pretty sharp. But if you ain't using that intellect to know thyself, it's a waste of time. Let's talk about it. Now, intelligence is that by which all intelligence are related and which distinguishes and relates to, and relates and establishes relations of all beings to each other, where who are conscious of being conscious. I did that last time. If you're not conscious of being conscious, that's a problem for you. But that means you need to work on your intellect. And watch this. And by which they are as in their different degrees in being conscious, impress, distinguish, and relate all units or masses of units in their relation to each other. Don't have a clue what the hell that was. Let me read that again. Intelligence is that by which all intelligence are related, okay, and which distinguishes and relates and establishes relation of all beings, okay, to each other who are conscious. Okay. They say real recognize real. Conscious recognize conscious. Spirit recognize spirit. See how you go? So if you are conscious of yourself, you're conscious, you're gonna recognize somebody else who's of like minded. As a spiritual God believer, faith in God, understanding I fellowship with like minded people, Christians. If I was Allah, I'd go hang with my Muslim, my brother-in-law. If I wanted to go be Jehovah, I go hang out with my boy Jack. So I have every opportunity to do what I want to do, use of my understanding, intellect, and being conscious of me being conscious of myself. So I can socialize with pretty much anybody. And watch this, by which they, as and in their different degrees of consciousness, of being conscious, you can impress and you can be distinguished related to all units of mass. Again, I can go fellowship anywhere. That's the concept when you have intelligence. Okay, that's how I break that down. I looked at that. I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell he just said? But intelligence. Let's go again. You got another one. Intelligence is what the highest, here you go, the highest order of units in the universe relating to the truant self of man, which the supreme intelligence through its what? Self consciousness, aka self knowledge, light, again, knowledge, self conscious knowledge, with which what? It endows man, and so what? Enables him to think, to become conscious, to comprehend, to know thyself. That's why we have consciousness. That's why you have intellect. And the intelligence is that for that purpose, for you to recognize the God in you. Animals can't do that. They don't have intellect. They have, guess what they got? Oh, it's down here somewhere, instinct. I get to it. But right now we got another idea of intelligence. It says intelligence faculties. They are 7 of them. Okay. The light and the I am faculty, which governs the spirit of fire. We all got fire in us. Ra. The time and motive faculties govern the spirit of air. That's Shu. Remember the first element after Ra, and this is going in order. Watch this. I don't know if he know that, but the first thing we got was Ra, set in the sky. Bam. Next one you're gonna have, we need to do what? Be able to breathe. That's air. His name was Shu. Okay, and the twin was in the image and dark faculties in the spheres of water. That's tough new. Moisture, water. Ooh, go ahead, man. And watch this. The focus faculty in the sphere of earth, that's Gad. He just gave you all 5 elements. The sixth one, each faculty, watch this, has its own particular function. It do. And he right on point again, boy, this guy, again, because I know what I know about what I know. Now I know he know what he's talking about with a whole different concept. But I can tie them together. That's what I'm trying to show you. Knowledge is knowledge. And when it all works, it's gonna work together. I can tie them in. Watch this. Perfect example. Watch this. They all have a particular function and a power and what? Purpose and is what? Inseparable, interrelated with each other. The light faculty sends light to the worlds by means of what? The true self. That's the start. That's the rod. That's the sun. The time faculty is that which causes what? Regulation and changes in nature, which is the cycle of time, units in their relationship with each other. This is getting good. Now, the image faculty, what's that? Impresses the idea of a form on matter. Thought becoming to physical constitution, which is matter, which is us. The focus faculty centers other faculties on what? The subject to which it is directed. The dark faculty resists or gives strength to what? The other faculty, faculty, the motive faculty, watch this, gives purpose and direction to thought. Here we go. The I am factor is the real self of the intelligence. The focus faculty, is the only one which what? Which comes into contact with the body. Although the doer in the body, or through the doer in the body. Remember, the I am. We just did I by itself is nothing. I-ness means just identifying with self. That's the ego. That's when God ain't involved with the I. It's the am. I keep trying to tell you that makes it significant because that's you make the declaration to your higher self. He called himself am. I am that I am. Or Amen, the hidden one. That's the whole key. You can call it just up any way you want. It's still the same thing. Significantly, it means the same thing. Now, how about this one? Intelligence of the Supreme. That's spiritual knowledge. What's this? Is the limit and ultimate degree that an intellect, it is the ultimate degree that an intelligent unit can what? Advance to in being conscious as a unit, aka to know thyself. That's the highest level. Nihas, spiritual enlightenment, anointment. It's known by a bunch of names, but it's all the same. That's my point. Moving on, let's go. Now, the supreme intelligence represents the it represents and comprehends all other intelligence in the spheres, meaning on the tree of life, they got like 10 spheres, and I did that. I'm doing another lesson, but yeah, they're called spheres, little circles. And everyone represents a number and concept. That's what he's telling you about from his point of view. Before I had a point of view, I didn't have a clue what that meant, who the tree, none of that. Now I'm just giggling because I understand everything he's saying. This is funny to me. So I gotta let you know that when you get knowledge and understanding, wherever it's coming from, you can understand it. Why? Because it's all taken to the same place, to self. Mhm. Okay, watch this now. It is not the ruler of other intelligence. Why? Because intelligence know all law. Instinct, you already know. Intuitive. It is not the root. Okay, because I told our law. Right? Why? They are law, and each intelligence what rules itself. It knows its function. Air gonna be air. I ain't trying to be water. Water ain't trying to be air. Yang ain't trying to yang. I'm trying to get the concept. Everybody know the role. I ain't trying to do nothing but teach right thinking. If you think I'm doing anything else, you're wrong. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna do nothing else. Don't push the room. I'm not do none of that. I teach. So when I come in, this is what I'm gonna do. So I understand the same thing. Every function has their own purpose and reason, and you work all together. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. If everybody played their position properly, did what they had to do, take care of their business, then you can get the job done. Same thing with your body, same thing with the concept. Okay, watch this. Now, everybody knew itself. And watch this. It thinks and acts in accord with what? Universal law. But the supreme intelligence has in its charge and supervision, the IRC and our supervision is what? All the spheres and worlds and knows the gods and beings throughout universal nature. If everything comes from me, I know everything and everybody. That's the concept. Let's talk about intuition. Women's intuition. Women are more smarter than men because a woman can know when a man doing something wrong. And guess what? So do men. So don't think it's a one-way street. You don't say women's intuition. Y'all say that. It says intuition. Let's see what it means. Intuition is what? The teaching tuition from what? Within. It's inside you. It is direct knowledge which what? Comes through reason to the doer. It is not concerned with what? Trade or affairs of the senses. Your intuition don't care about the five senses. What you see, smell, taste, and touch means nothing to your intuition. Watch this, just as the spirit. But with moral questions or philosophical subjects, and is what is rare. Excuse me, what did I say? Wait a minute. It's not concerned with trade or affairs of the senses, but with what? Yeah, moral questions or your philosophical subjects, and is raw. Okay, rare, excuse me. If the doer could open communication with who? With the higher self, with its knower, it could then have what? Knowledge and any subject. I call it the Akashic records, where that rarefied space where we only use 10% of our brain capacity, and that's genius, like to function at that level. But we have 90% of information that's in our tuitional consciousness, and if we raise it to that level, you access it. That's how you access the Akashic records. It's not a place. It's a space in your head that you can go to and have understanding of everything. As they just said, my thing is if I know me, I know everything I need to know. Now everything else is okay, knowing, but I need to know me first. That's my concept. All right. And you would understand any subject. Now, let's go to the J's. We just left the I's. The J's, what you got about the J's? First one, the J is jealousy. That's a hater. See, we named the hater, but jealousy is the original hater is jealousy. Let's see why. Jealousy is what? The resentful and Judeans fear of what? Not getting or having one's rights and the affections or interests of another or others. You see somebody else getting Cain and Abel, jealousy. Okay, he killed his brother out of jealousy because he thought God was treating him better than him. Perfect example. Moving on. If you are jealous of anybody's action, you're a hater, and that's what that is all about. When somebody's doing something good and positive, you should congratulate, not personally hate. You're just a bad person. Okay, let's talk about the next one. Joyousness. Okay, let me write that. Joyousness is what? Dave? Is the expression of the feeling and desire of one in whom there is trust. You happy with somebody who make you happy, and that's cool. You trust them, they fulfill the obligation of trust. You are joyous. Okay, I get that. Okay. Moving on. I got something to say about that, though, but let's go. I look at the clock. Justice. What's justice? Justice is the action of knowledge in relation to the subject under consideration and in judgment, pronounced and prescribed as law. Maya represents justice, fair. I'm a fair dude. But if you cross me, and don't need me being fair now, I'm gonna do to you what you did to me. I keep telling you that I'm not a nice dude. When you cross me or you provoke me, mm-mm. So understand that. I admit to it. I'm being honest. Moving on. Okay. One of my favorites. Karma. Oh, she's a bitch. She's God's hitman. Oh, watch this. Karma gives you what you deserve. Remember the saying, you reap what you sow. If you are reaping deceit, sneakiness, perversion under, auspicious that nobody knows, karma do. Bam! And that's what makes her the bitch that everybody claim. Why? Because when she coming with what you deserve back at you. And if you doing something, you deserve to get just what karma brings you. That's why I tell people, was it good karma, bad karma? Karma is used up for your action. So you're going to get what you deserve. If you put good action out, then you don't need to see karma. Why? You can get blessed. See, that's the underlying concept that, well, no, I don't care what you think. I'm going to tell you what you need to understand and know. That's the law. I read your action for every action is an equal and opposite reaction. So if you're getting bad action out, oh, you're going to get equal opposite bad action back at you. If you put good action out, you're going to get blessed. I do every day. How about you? Trust me, try that, and you get it too. He didn't say, I'm just going to bless Mark. Nope. Anybody who do right and do the right thing according to him for themselves will be blessed for that action. Same way, you will be seeing karma for the other action. Moving on, watch this. Now he says karma is the result of the action and reaction of mind and desire. You can't get around it. So plain and simple. I try to give you a bunch of examples, but it's a reality that you find out for yourself. We all had karma experience. Why? Because you've done something where the reaction ain't gonna be good. So unless you've been perfect, you might not know karma. But other than that, oh, you know karma, and everybody agree she's a bitch. That's why. So if you want to avoid that, do the right thing. I don't get karma. I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. And I have adversities. I look at it that way. Why? Because I smooth through it. Whatever happened, I just okay deal with it. But karma is bam. This is it, dog. You got that. So live right, do the right thing. Karma won't affect you. Moving on. Let's go. I too much time. Now let's go to the Noah. Noah is that of the truest self, aka knowing thyself, which what? Which has an actual and real knowledge of and in time and the eternal. Knowing thyself, knowing who you are. I know my spirit is everlasting. I know my physical body will run out. I'm conscious and have knowledge of that. I don't believe that. I know that. Sorry about that. Let's get this other one in. Knowledge of two kinds. Okay, what's the two kinds? You got real or self-knowledge, and then you got sense or human knowledge. Again, the higher knowledge is known. Self-knowledge is the true in self and an inexhaustible and immeasurable and is common with what? with the knowers of all true and self. The goal is to know thyself. That's the true self, your higher self. He was on point. He just used a different way to get there. Again, he's there. He used his route, and I can tell you, yeah, he's there because I took a different route, and he's right where I'm at. I'm right where he at now because I understand now. He's been there, so he know. Moving on. I love this. Now, knowledge of two kinds. It is not dependent on what the senses do, though it includes all that has taken place in the world. Remember, when we go to sleep, the physical body don't play a role. Okay, so your higher self ain't on the physical plane. It's the next level up. Hence ascension. Hence that's why your spirit is recognized by the falcon or the hawk. Why? Because it, every time you see an angel, all angels have wings. Why? That means they can ascend. Four-legged animals ain't going nowhere. They set the ego. He's ground. Sound like the devil. He can't leave this plane. He's stuck here. He wants everybody to stay here. He wants you to keep recycling to keep him having fun. Conception. Moving on. I see that clock. It's killing me. All right, sorry about that. But where you at? Now, where you at? Place in the world. All right. This concerns what? Everything from the least developed unit of nature to the all-knowing true and self of the worlds throughout the entirety of what? Time and eternity. Okay? It is what? The real and unchanging knowledge. Only thing is real, only thing that's real is what don't change. The true self, your higher self, don't change. That's what's real. This self changes all the time. Okay? Watch this. Now it's unchanging knowledge. Watch this. And at once available in the minuous details, and as one perfectly related and complete a whole. Sense knowledge, that's all mental knowledge. Now you got sense knowledge. Science or human knowledge is what? The accumulated and systematized sum of the facts of what? Nature by doing what? Observed as what? Nature laws or experienced by you, the doer, through what? Undeveloped senses and an imperfect body. And the knowledge of the statements of the law have to be changed from time to time. In time and space, it's changing, so you got to learn to adapt and change the scenarios and situations. I call it acquiescing. Act like you've been here before and go with the flow. That's all. Do what you know. Last one, I'm gonna take it out of here. I'll be back. I can't get them all in, so be another lesson. Some more good stuff coming. All right. Knowledge of the doer, aka knowledge of self. Let's see what that's about right quick. In the essence of you, the doer, learning by what? Right thinking, the light free from what? Its attachments and restored to what? The knoweth atmosphere in the balancing of its thoughts is unattached and unattachable. And therefore, what? Knowledge of self. It is not human knowledge. Again, knowledge of self, knowing thyself is raised a sound knowledge, higher knowledge. Here you go right here. Knowledge of the thinker, aka of the true and self. Let's see what that says. Okay. Knowledge of the true and self includes what's this? All knowledge concerning what? The administration of law and justice to who? You, the doer, and the doer's relations to other doers in human bodies, meaning your fellow man. Through their thinkers, all thinkers know the law. Exactly. They are always in agreement with each other, and their knowers and the administrating of destiny to their respective doers in human bodies. Every function gonna do what it has to do. It don't make a difference. Their knowledge is, watch this, their knowledge of the law and justice their knowledge and justice preludes doubt and prevents the possibility of what? Favoritism. Going one way or the other, being unbiased, okay? The doer in every human body gets the destiny as it makes it. That is the law of justice. You get what you deserve because your actions and your deeds will take you to the destination. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I try to get more in, but I'm about to clock. I don't want to keep it too long. I'll be back. You know the deal. I got more definitions for you. Hope you're enjoying the lesson.